Hello and welcome to an Amonkhet sealed event. This is Old Man Poole. We've just barely opened up our cards here. Let's see what we've got in the rarity slot. Well, right away we've got Glorybringer. That's super sick. I think this is one of the best rares probably in the set. Maybe, yeah, it's definitely wins games. Other than that, not crazy excited. We'll definitely play the Prowling Serpopard. I'm gonna have to learn how to say that if I play it though. Shadow of the Grave, probably not playable ever. Temet, pretty cool if we got the right deck. And Throne of the God Pharaoh. Alright. So the way I like to handle these is I usually just kind of go through each color and take the cards that I'm excited to play and the cards that I will play but I'm not excited about. And kind of get kind of a look at which decks look open just based off that. So here we have like a reasonable amount of white, but only a couple of cards that really are great and exciting drawing us in. You have a reasonable amount of playables. Do have an Catcher's Name and a couple of Embalm creatures. We'll see if we've got tons of zombies when we get to black, but I think that's usually not correct. Blue. I will play Compelling Argument. I like Essence Scatter actually. It's fine. Let's see. Essence Scatter I think is better in sealed since you tend to go a little bit longer and people tend to be a little bit slower. If you just hit their big balmy threats, you tend to win. So I like Play Claim. Cryptic Serpent's kind of interesting. We did get a couple of those. Bloodwaters playable. Not wild about Decision Paralysis, although maybe against some decks. Okay. Where are Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. I was like, we lost a festering mummy. Doom Beetle, Shadow of the Grave, I don't think is playable. Curse isn't for sure. I do like both Travel Ambition and Cartouche, especially when they come together. I like Curse Minotaur, Fairmount. That's kind of borderline on whether that's high or low, but that card has impressed me a lot. I don't think Faith of the Devoted is something you want to be doing very often. I like Bone Picker. Peerless Vizier's fine. I like some Soul Stinger quite a bit, so it looks like our black actually is pretty reasonable here. Let's see how our red looks. So this is the real dream. We want to have good red so we can play our Glorybringer. So Cartouche of Zeal is actually kind of questionable unless you're really on the beatdown path, and then it can be pretty good. But you do have to be going that way and going that way pretty hard. We have a couple of Entanglers I like, and a Scavenger. Tormenting Voice, excuse me. It's probably a 1-of playable. Boot Strength's fine. Trial of Zeal is quite good. Bunch of Hyena, or Violent Impacts. Hyena Pack, again, maybe 1-of. Deem Worthy and Glorybringer. So, I think we are deep enough in red that we can probably play it, although we're not super, like... Our high end is quite good. Trial of Zeal is very good. Deem Worthy. We have some like good removal in this. I'm definitely not unhappy, but it's not the absolute dream either. Bitterblade's fine. Machine's fine. Great Maws can be pretty good. Actually, we maybe have a little bit of a synergy going on with green black between Defiant Great Maws. Yeah, I guess they're a little bit of a nombo with the Soul Stinger, since actually Soul Stinger doesn't mind having the -1/-1 counters as much, but still not bad. Like Hooded Brawler quite a bit. Great Maw I think is fine. Cheetah is worse than fine but playable. Trial of Strength. Yeah, actually that's probably a lower unless we've got something that really goes with it. I feel like we got some reasonable green too. A lot of the cards that even though I put them in the lower half, I think they are strong, like they're perfectly fine. 2 Wayward Servants. I don't really think we're on the zombie path, although that is a pretty big payoff if we were to go down that road. Okay, I have a couple of Evolving Wilds, which I like. In Sealed, it's nice to be able to splash for a balmy threat, although I'm not really sure what we would splash for in this deck. Definitely final reward if we don't end up black-red, which is kind of what I'm thinking right now. Let's look at that deck. We have a couple of trials which are very good, and 3 cartouches, and I think that even if we're not super aggressive, the cartouche zeal ends up pulling its weight pretty well. If we've got a couple of trials that can be bouncing. Both Trial of Zeal and Trial of Ambition get very, very good when you have multiples going. So let's look at that very first. Green is interesting because I think there's a lot of synergy. We got a lot of cards for the -1/-1 counter deck. Couple of Defiant Great Maws, Angry Kudu, or Angry Kudu rather. A couple of Quarry Haulers. Like, that seems pretty reasonable. Black is almost always what you pair with that. We don't have as much there, although Soul Stinger is obviously fine. Okay, let's look at that very first though, because I think that is looking like our potential deck. I was a little bit hoping that maybe we'd have a blue-red option with a couple Cryptic Serpents, but I don't really think we have any of the super exciting payoffs there. Let's actually pile these together a little bit. We can play all the land destruction we want with all these violent impacts, but... And it is worth noting that we could play another Tormenting Voice as well, and not be, like, real unhappy about it, certainly. Alright, let's pull up our colors here. So I definitely think we have enough playables here, which is good. We're at 28 right now without digging super deep. Let's sort it out by creatures. That is one thing that this deck needs, and we might be a little bit too creature-light to really be excited, but we'll see. Alright. So we actually a little bit more cycling synergy than I would have guessed at first glance, like the Pedial's Vizier, the Horror, although we don't have really a ton that cycles. We have the Deem Worthy, which obviously is great when you can cycle it. I guess Unburden, the Horror. I think we probably want to keep most of our creatures. How do we win? Obviously, hitting Glorybringer, Bone Picker can come into the air, and we may just have a bunch of removal that gets there too. That having all been said, through the combination of Magma Spray and Trial of Ambition, Trial of Zeal, and Final Reward, and Deem Worthy, etc. I don't know if like Doom Beetle is necessarily what we need. I do kind of like the Festering Mummy. I think that performs a little bit better of a roadblock, and also has the upside that your opponents often really just hate to block it. I do like Soul Stingers a lot. Could cut a Pitiless Vizier, maybe? This card definitely is... Yeah, not the best unless you got stuff to cycle with it. And I don't know if we're going to have tons. I don't know how often that text is going to be relevant. Hyena Pact I think is fine, if not super exciting. It is very, very good with Cartouche of Ambition on it, and Cartouche of Zeal was pretty good with it as well. I guess we probably cut Horror by that argument too. We're just not really going to try to do the cycling deck. Those are both good cards if you've got or if you're paying off, but less good otherwise. On the other hand, I guess the Horror does always cycle, which is kind of nice. Maybe it's a mistake to cut him. Yeah, it's a little bit speedy there. So let's see. I do think that we can probably get away with playing 16 lands here. We have a couple of cycling cards. On the other hand, we really want to hit our top end. Like, getting up to Glorybringer seems really good. We could play 2 Tormenting Voices, and that actually might even be better than playing the second land. Is there anything we did want to splash? I think that we are pretty solidly red-black here. This looks quite good. Nothing in blue really, really exciting, or exciting enough to compel us to swap. We have one Gustwalker. Talkrop Elite is a pretty powerful payoff, but I think that's probably worse than a black between the couple of the Trial and the Cartouche and the Final Reward and some other like Soul Stingers, Bird Pickers, pretty powerful cards. So I think white and blue are definitely out. Green looked fine. We don't really have the ramp that makes a lot of the green that we got great. Like, we have a Great Sandworm and Colossipede. Other than that, just kind of a lot of middling cards and not a ton of interaction. So I think I'm pretty steadily on our red-black strategy here. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, like splashing for a Colossopede just doesn't seem that fantastic. Yeah, I don't think we really splash for anything here. Yeah, okay. One last look through kind of confirms that. So even though we do have the Evolving Wild support, we are not going to be going deep there. Let's see what our cuts are. I think we do need to cut away spells. Maybe Unburden doesn't end up being that great. It does cycle. Maybe Painful Lesson, actually. If we're playing Tormenting Voice as a... And in that case, I think we're playing 17 lands and just going to use these to filter a little bit later. But then Painful Lesson maybe is a little bit less good. Do we need Brute Strength in this deck? I feel like having one Brute Strength often is pretty good, but it maybe doesn't end up being necessary. Instead, if we're playing quite a bit of removal, yeah, Brute Strength maybe not its best. Maybe we don't want 2 Cartouche of Zeals. It's awful nice because it resets our 2 trials. Gets in for some damage. Although I think we're actually a little bit slower. So I don't know if Cartouche is always going to be great. I think I'm going to cut one of them. They are kind of bad multiples early on in the game. If you don't have a creature, having 2 feels really, really bad. They do have the potential to just get in for a lot of damage. But I don't like going much lower on creatures here because we do have a couple of Cartouches that we want to land. Maybe 2 Tormenting Voices too much, too. We have a Battlefield Scavenger, so he can help filter a little bit as well. And again, Tormenting Voice is worse in multiples. One more cut here. Maybe the Unburden is just the cut. I keep looking at it and being not super excited, although the effect is not bad. I feel like I end up cycling it an awful lot. Maybe 1 Hyena Pack should be a cut. Although I like those a fair amount with the Cartouches too. And it's actually a little bit of top end for our deck. Even if it's not a very exciting 4-drop, it is a 4-drop. Could either do Brute Strength or Unburden here, I think, are probably our cuts. And just cut a little bit more towards creatures. So with that in mind, I think I guess the Unburden works well. Horror. It's close. I don't know if we're frequently going to be aggressive enough. The Brute Strength is great. But I think we are going to be wanting to beat down a little bit earlier between the Cartouche of Zeal. Like, this is definitely a deck where we're attacking. We can't just get away with waiting way, way late into the game. It's just kind of a slower curve than a really aggressive deck. I still think that the Brute Strength is going to be a little better. So let's do that. I kind of like playing 1 Evolving Wilds just as a... And again, it mitigates Flood a little bit. And I like having the opportunity to go both ways with my mana. So deck wants me to go 1 heavier on red. I think I agree with that. The odds of us wanting to play like a Cartouche of Zeal and like a creature in the same turn or a Magma Spray, those are both cards that we're going to want to be able to sneak in. So I kind of like going 10-8 here with our mana. We have a couple of double red later on as well. Yeah, I think that seems fine. Alright, I'm going to submit the deck. I will see you guys shortly for match 1. Alright, we're back. We have a pretty good hand here. Opponent is going first, but we have a Deathcrop Entangler and then Tormenting Voice, maybe? Hopefully we draw a 3-drop, although we only have a couple in the deck, so maybe we'll have to settle for another 2-drop. Something here. I guess if we're dreaming, we dream big, right? 3-drop. Here we go. I have faith. We have 3 draws to get there. That's a solid 11th of our deck, right? Oh dear. Mountain versus mountain start. Well, Soul Stinger has been very, very good at my opponents on the beats. Ooh, straight up mirror. Doomed Dissenter. Okay. I don't hate an Entangler into that. Alright, so next turn... I guess if we're feeling greedy, I can utilize the Tormenting Voice and pitch a land. It is a little bit greedy, because we really want to be able to play Soul Stinger the turn thereafter. So maybe that's incorrect. Baleful Vomit. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. So, no way to deal with that right now, but Soul Stinger will be pretty good. Okay, we are going to do the Tormenting Voice, I think. So I guess we swing with the Entangler. This won't effectively block my opponent's Baleful Almond. I guess maybe we want a Tormenting Voice first. On the off chance that we find something that changes our mind, although not really sure what that would be. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, nothing. But that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and swing and exert. We're gonna take a bit of a crack back, but it's okay. And I think then a couple Soul Stingers are gonna do a really good job of stabilizing us. He's definitely gonna gain some life here. This was a pretty good start from him. Doom Dissenter into Ahmed is kind of the dream. Well, he is definitely on the beatdown. Maybe it wasn't correct to attack with the Entangler there, and I should have just tried to block with the Zombie. But hard to know. Alright, let's play our Soul Stinger. And we're going to put the counters on him. And just leave him as a time bomb. So we're going to get hit by the Minotaur here. I assume my opponent still swings with everything. In which case we go down to 7. Kill off the Baleful Almond. Play another Soul Stinger. Have the Entangler for potential blocker, I guess. Okay. Looks like he's going to exert with the Minotaur, which I think is good for us, actually. I think we'd rather block the Almond. Okay, so we are definitely the defender in this matchup. I think we just kind of need to survive as long as possible. Yes, love to. Because we do have a lot of pretty powerful removal spells and good trading cards a little bit later here. Alright. Yeah, he's keeping up the threat here for sure. So we can just Cycle Deem Worthy, kill off the Bone Picker, or we can take 3. So I guess our option here is Cycle Deem Worthy or play Soul Stinger. If we play the Soul Stinger, we get to block the Sure Shot, and then I guess if he pumps it, we can kill off the Bone Picker. Yeah, that's actually better. And then next turn we'll probably have to use the final reward on the Minotaur. So if we do that, then take 6 and we're dead. Although we have to be able to block the Sure Shot. Yeah, we're in a rough spot. I think I like Soul Stinger here though. My opponent has had a pretty stellar start. He went 2-drop, 3-drop, can't have a combo even, 4-drop, and then a 4-drop and a 3-drop. Looking bad. Alright, we'll pass back here. Yeah, I guess attacking with our Entangler was a bad idea. I didn't realize quite how aggressive my opponent was. But yeah, definitely was kind of a mistake. Okay. Another bad thing for us. There's been a lot of those. Okay. So, no blocks. Go ahead and crack this, so we just F6. I guess we probably want a mountain. Yep. Okay. Are we dead? Probably. Right now we can block like that, kill off 1. I guess we wait for my opponent's turn and see if he attacks conservatively, although it's looking bad. That was a heck of a start for my opponent. Yep, that's fine by me. Alright. I imagine he just cracks with everything. But on the off chance he doesn't, we maybe got a shot here. Yep, looks like pretty much everything. So let's see. Exerts. Yeah, there's no way we're getting out of this. Alright. GG. Yep. Even gets in with that. Yeah, blistering start with my opponent. That looked pretty great. Okay. Didn't see anything that Blazing Volley is great against. Maybe we want Doom Beetle. Seems not bad. Cartouche of Zeal seems pretty sketchy. I don't think we're going to be able to be on the offense here. Maybe a Pitiless Vizier is just something that can trade. Are there other cards that seem bad? Still like the Entanglers. And I mean, sometimes maybe that was just a really good draw from my opponent. Hopefully it's not quite that blistering every time. But I think I just like that one change. Let's go ahead and submit. And see if we can't crack back and go 1-1 here. Alright, we're back. I am going to go ahead and play. Kind of rough. I think we keep it because we can cycle the horror. And then I think our hand is pretty good if we find a mountain in 2 draws, which I think is not crazy. Maybe this should be a mulligan. Is the cycle leading me astray? I think I'm going to keep. This is kind of a risky keep, for sure. Trial of Zeal is nice, though. Again, if we find red, even if it's a turn later, it kind of helps us stay in the game. Opponent perhaps making the wiser choice and mulliganing down to 6 here. And then bottoms. So we're definitely going to cycle the horror here. Give us one more shot at finding a red source. Alright, that is not a red source, but the next one's going to be. It's going to be a mountain off top. Almost. Alright, well. Again, we're not out of it, but feeling bad. At this point, given the choice, I might go back and mulligan to 6, but obviously you don't always have that choice. Hopefully he doesn't go into Paleful on it again. That would be pretty brutal. Alright. And pass back. Fully punished here off of our triple swamps. Although it looks like my opponent's got a slow start, so maybe we're not out of it. Found another land. Take our hit. We do have like 10 total red sources in the deck, so yeah. It's a bad red source, but it is a red source. Like I said, my opponent had a really kind of sketchy draw too, though, so we're not bad. And I think that if the game goes longer, we're actually in a better position than he is, so. Okay, cracks. Being playing Pump Skull seems unlikely. You'd have to be very, very aggressive. Yeah. Maybe just a little bit of hiccup on the internet or something. Fail Vomit. Ooh, Appreciate Mana Core. Alright. It's a good one. Gonna go ahead and throw the Descenter at me, I imagine. And we'll go ahead and crack the Evolving Wilds. Up the mountain. How much does it take to embalm this guy? 6. Well, it's actually not that far off. I was thinking that we'd use Trial of Zeal kind of like the final reward, just so my opponent can't embalm. We can't play 2 creatures anyway. I guess we can play the Bone Picker off Trial of Zeal. It's pretty good. And then next turn potentially something else. My opponent does get value off the Manticore that way, but not for a couple of turns. He's maybe struggling on mana. On the other hand, it feels like there are not going to be many better choices for final reward. And I guess maybe getting a Bone Picker, and maybe we can afford to be a little bit greedy here and not quite as tempo based. Famous last words, right? Famous last words. Alright. After some debate, my opponent's just swinging in here. Not real surprising. And utilize that final reward. And get our effective amount of value since we keep him from embalming. Unless he's got like fling or something, then we're really unhappy. But it's probably not something he plays main deck. Maybe. I don't know. He's got a couple of Doom Descenders. He's got some things he's not unhappy to throw. Maybe we should end our turn. No, I'm second guessing. Yeah, maybe it would have been correct. And if he's got it here, he definitely uses it. But yeah, I think the more I think about it, I probably should just final reward it on my turn. It plays around some potentially pretty backbreaking stuff, even though I don't think it's likely he plays Fling and has it in hand right now. If he did, like, we'd probably just lose the game off of that. So, low chance, but really, really high risk if that ends up being the case. Electrify. Ooh. That's spicy. I think that's probably fine. Trade a final reward for Electrify, which is a slight downgrade, but we also get half of the Heart Pierce dramatically. And a bunch of tempo. That's a tricky play with my opponent, but I don't think it was a good play. Okay. I like cycling the Deem-worthy here. Killing off the zombie, playing Bone Picker, and hopefully finding something else. Seems pretty good. We're definitely going to use it. Draw a card. I wonder if we don't want to actually play our Swamp. Right now, if we find another red source, we actually can play anything. I don't think we want to. We'd rather scavenge it away. Yeah, I mean, we can play anything off 5 mana, any one thing. And right now, I guess if we find red, we can't play Hyena Pack and something else either. So yeah, I'm just gonna hold this Swamp, I think. We have a couple of things that give us advantage for being able to pitch a land. Alright. Tosses a Mountain with Tormenting Voice. Which is interesting. Because he's definitely got the Heart Piercer Manticore then. Which is a little bit rough. Does it have to be another creature? It's another creature. So whatever he plays here, we could just kill with the Trial of Zeal and keep the Bone Picker up for another turn. If he tossed a Mountain, he might be a little bit flooded. Oh, okay. Just flooded Agony is fine too. Plus deck looks pretty good. Alright. Yeah, I don't really want to play the Trial of Zeal, so we'll just go with Cursed Minotaur. Yeah, I'm going to play this Scavenger here. Start getting a little bit of value off that. Alright, my opponent was in the tank for a long while there. Edifice of Authority. Okay, that's not a bad one for sure. Wonder if he's going to hold down the Battlefield Scavenger. The fact that he didn't have a follow-up is not unhappy for us. Okay. I think we're still going to exert. Assuming he lets us. He might tap it down here if he's thinking he'll keep us from getting value. Although, then again with the Cursed Minotaur, probably just targets that. Yeah. So let's attack and exert. I don't think the extra 2 damage next turn is necessarily going to be as important as the rummage effect here. Yes, we definitely do want to discard. Alright. That takes a little bit of a crack. And we're just going to play Hyena Pack. What's this useful for mountains? Although that matters a little bit less now that we've drawn another. Well, I guess we'd ideally want to get rid of that one as well. But then next turn we could still blast the Trial of Zeal and the Entangler. Seems pretty reasonable. Opponent, for as aggressive as his first match looked has been much more controlling this time. His deck looks great though. Electrify, Harpiercer Manticore, in addition to all the pretty solid beatdown cards he had last time. The Minotaur, the Baleful Omet. He's got a pretty good mix of powerful creatures and good removal spells, kind of like us. Alright, Wonder and Death. Okay, that's a good one. That is going to be hard for us to deal with. Opponent's going to take a little bit of a hit here, but nothing compared to his pretty good follow-up turn. Yeah, alright. Doesn't get to use the Edifice of Authority, so we do get in for 6. Do we care about the Minotaur? I guess we do, because otherwise it's going to sack and shoot something. So yeah, I think we want to kill it here. That forces him to play the, whatever the big 4-drop's called. The cycling, 6-drop, 6-4. You know what I'm talking about. Forces him to play that first, he wants to get value. So I think that's okay. He uses up all his mana for Edifice. So I think we want to play the tempo game here. Pull off the Sure Shot. And play an Entangler. We're not going to play land. And we're just going to crack. And even though my opponent's got some pretty good plays, he is behind on board at this point by quite a bit. If he's got something small, like a 2-drop to play with the Manticore, that gets us a little bit, although not even that terribly. What goes down to 12. Next turn we can swing with everything but the Battlefield Scavenger safely, if that's all he plays. And we crack for 9. He's down to 3. I guess if he plays the big creature, all we can get in for free with is the Minotaur. Okay. Well, we're definitely not out of the woods, but we're a little bit ahead on tempo here. Opponent's got some powerful cards in hand, though. And more cards, considering we have Stone Cold Nothing right now. Don't think we ever want to cash in the Battlefield Scavenger, although maybe that ends up being correct. 2/2 is not likely to do tons more in this game. We've used a lot of our big removal spells. Okay. That's good for us if he's just playing that on its own. Yep. Okay. Not unhappy with another Entangler here. Alright, let's see what he taps down. Probably the Minotaur? Yeah, probably the Minotaur, if I had to guess. Okay, seems fine. We'll attack with both of these. Oh, that's right. I forget this is when it's every creature. Oh, that's so much better for us. It always feels like it's just him, but oh, it's so much better. Yeah, we're going to discard. Alright, still free value. Depending on how desperate he is, yeah, it's not a bad block. Play another Entangler here. And pass back. So here, unless he has another land, he can't use the Edifice and play. Oh, okay. All my points go out the window. Okay, just gonna play Ceradon. Seems fine. Do we want to get in and draw 2 cards, more or less? We trade a card for 2. I think that's probably worth it. And for maybe 3 points of damage, depending on how my opponent blocks. But it finds us more gas, which is what we really need. It's fine. So we're going to attack and exert with both. And dig. hits. Okay. Yes. Ooh. Okay, well, that would have been better earlier, but I am not opposed to that. Okay, fine by me. The question here is whether we want to sandbag the trial. If we do, my opponent comes in, probably plays Manticore for 6. I mean, if he plays any small creature, we feel pretty bad. We still get to swing past the Manticore with the Entangler. I think we're just going to use it right now. If only that was instant speed. That's alright. Still pretty reasonable. And we are just going to continue to flood the board here. We are out of cards in hand, opponent. We are out of cards. But denying my opponent the ability to use this free fling, ends up being pretty good. He can't play a creature and use it in the same turn. He can't just play it, but that's just a 4/3, which is perfectly serviceable, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Scavenger's done some serious work for us this game. He's drawn us a total of 4 cards. I guess we can check the number of lands in our graveyard, and indeed there are 4, so. Oh wow, another Wandering Death. Well, alright. It's funny, my opponent's deck looks almost completely different than it did last game, but... Woohoo! The dream. Alright, that means we get to get in with I mean, he still taps it down with the Edifice, which feels a little bit bad, but we get to get in with the Curse Minotaur then. All of a sudden my opponent's in some pretty dangerous. He's got to trade with our Entangler. Right, he does have to trade, because we swing for 3, because he's going to get rid of the Glorybringer. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he can't afford to block one of those two, so he's just going to chump. Just feel good. Glorybringer, win games even when you can't play him. Or even when you can't attack. Yeah, my opponent just groans somewhere in the world. That card is quite a beating. Yep. Attack, exert, attack, attack. I don't think we actually have anything that takes advantage of the Battlefield Scavenger. Do we have anything we can pitch? I don't think there's anything in the deck that works from the graveyard. I guess we're not going to. Oh, we have to discard a card first. Oh, foolish. Clearly I do not know this card as maybe as well as I should, but... Alright, take my opponent down to... Ooh, okay, that's pretty reasonable actually. That's fairly good tempo there. He's still in a little bit of trouble. So I guess he could play the... Oh. Yeah, he wishes he got the Manticore back at this point, because he could have pumped it and thrown it the Glorybringer. Oh, that's not enough either. I think we got my opponent here. We just have too many things beaten down. Get something like Sweltering Suns, I guess that saves him. Yeah. Of course, you got into Blaze of Glory, looks like. Okay. He's gonna use it. Flung it at the Minotaur. Tormenting Voice is a little bit sad there. I guess he has Magma Spray, he gets us a little bit, but... I wonder if we just want to get rid of the Tormenting Voice with the... Yeah, I guess if he's got something, he blocks this, so or it dies, so he might as well exert. So yeah, let's pitch the Tormenting Voice. See if we find something better. Nope, that's alright. Alright, we got my opponent anyway. GG. My opponent was impressively grindy actually there. Maybe he just has like a really good sideboard plan, but after his first draw, that's crazy to me that we my opponent just didn't just run us over. Alright. Maybe now I don't really know exactly how to sideboard. The first time we sideboarded more defensively with like the Doom Beetle. But maybe like something like Unburden, Painful Lesson would actually be better. I think we're still in the defense. Something like Glorybringer still has the potential to win us the game. We have a bunch of good removal. I think we're going to still play a little bit more conservative here. Not going to bring in the cartouches. Yeah. It'll feel bad if we play our next game and he has a similar draw to his first. He just goes 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, dead. I guess 4-drop was, or his 5-drop was a couple of creatures, but still. Alright, all comes down to this. Well, this match does anyway. This hand's quite good. Got a Magma Spray for early interaction, Tormenting Voice on turn 2, then either a Trial of Zeal or a Cursed Minotaur. Looks good. Kind of want to draw land just so we can use Tormenting Voice and not feel scared about it. Although we'd not be unhappy to find a 2-drop for sure. Okay, opponent mulliganed. Go ahead and keep. And he topped. So he's probably got a reasonable draw here. Nothing that Magma Spray won't help with in the first turn, though. One of cycles. Probably a good sign for us. Yep. Fine by me. I'm gonna throw that off. Woohoo. That's a good one. I still think I like pitching a land here. We're going to draw 2 more cards. We want to be able to find maybe more action on the way up before. Although it is worth noting that Glorybringer kind of skews us towards wanting to keep our lands. Yep, happy with that for sure. Okay. And next turn, we'll probably play the Cursed Minotaur, although it depends a little bit on what my opponent does. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think Cursed Minotaur is better than the Scorpion here. So we'll go ahead and drop that. Again, we don't really want to block, and the Minotaur gets in for more damage. Ugh, this card is just such a house. Okay, yeah, we'll take it. Goldbringer, it's a good one. Dies to Glorybringer probably isn't enough of a drawback to keep you from playing something, but it does die to the Glorybringer. Mind Trick comes in the chat and says, pitch the Cursed Minotaur. I think that may have been correct. But do we want to use our trial here? Not particularly. You don't have a real mana efficient play. I think we're swinging regardless. I think we want to keep the trial in hand. I don't think either of these matter too much because we're probably going to use Glorybringer to kill off the Bone Picker and get in. I guess the Entangler over the Scorpion is a little bit crazy, but that's going to get in more damage, and there's an outside chance we want to cycle. Okay. And maybe I should just snap and kill off the the Bone Picker with the trial there. Maybe that's a little bit of a safer play, and maybe we don't have to worry about getting any hits in because we've got Glorybringer. But True Heart Twins. Okay. Dies the Glorybringer. Feel bad for my opponent. Almost feel bad. Almost feel bad. I can exert. Shoot down 4 twins. In for a couple minutes here. Yeah, that's exactly what you're not hoping to see on turn 5. Alright, opponent's just gonna try and race probably here. Yeah, gonna have to, I guess. So I actually do want to find other lands, so we can play both the Trial and the Wasteland. So I guess the Crasher represents more damage, so we should kill that off, because this potentially lets other things get through as well. So I think we'll kill that and leave the Bone Picker. It's pretty good. Yeah, I guess maybe we should have swung first, but it's kind of nice to know that he doesn't have like a supernatural stamina or something. Although I guess it would come back to the battlefield tapped in that case. My opponent is dead next turn unless he can find something to block. Opponent's deck is trying to be fast aggro, but not really pulling it off. My opponent's deck was weird. The first game I played against him, I just got crushed. He went 1-drop, or sorry, I went 2-drop. I can't remember what the card is, but the Outcast, the 1/1 that turns into a 2/2 zombie. Okay, Electrify's good there for sure. And then played Baleful Omet and killed it, made a huge Omet and a zombie. And then the next turn played the 4/3 Minotaur. And then the turn after that played a Bone Picker and like a 3-drop. And I was just like, yeah, I can't beat this. I did Glorybringer. I'm like, that card is just not fair on a bunch of levels. But we actually got a pretty close game. I lied. That was a really good draw too. Alright. Attack both. Brute Strength the Wasteland Scorpion. We'd rather keep the Cursed Minotaur alive, I think. Alright. Yeah, I just drew absolutely absurd that last game. Get everything we needed to on the way in. We managed to pick them off. Alright, feels good.